Have you ever noticed that some cards in Disney Lorcana can be combined together to form a continuous art? Join us as we present the full list introduced in the game so far. What's up, Illumineers? It's Mateus here, and it is time to show you all of the different continuous arts that we found across all sets released for Disney Lorcana so far. You might be familiar with the more popular ones, such as the 7 Dwarfs from Rise of the Floodborn. But do you think you have spotted them all? Before getting started, a quick disclaimer. To better illustrate the art combined, I took the freedom to place each card next to each other and merge the corners on Photoshop. So please have that in mind in case you see some edits in the card. Let's start with the latest set, Ursula's Return. In this set, I could identify 5 different continuous art across 11 individual cards. 1 in Amber, 1 in Amethyst, 2 in Emerald, and 1 in Steel. The first continuous art is found in the combination of the cards Prince Eric, Ursula's Groom, and Ursula, Eric's Bride. This art takes place during what appears to be their wedding, with Ursula enchanted Eric using her magical necklace. Each throne sits together quite well side by side, and you can clearly see that Prince Eric is under her spell. The next continuous art can be seen by combining Gus, Champion of Cheese, with Jacques, Connoisseur of Climbing. Jacques was the first of the 2 cards to be announced, and even though you couldn't tell straight away that Gus was on the other side of the picture, we kind of guessed that something was about to be revealed on the other side. The third continuous art happens between Flotsam and Jetsam, Ursula's baby cards. This is likely the easier ones to identify when looking at the cards, mainly because each are clearly staring to the other side with a different item that the Ursulas have installed during set 4. Also, did you ever see either of them swimming around without the other? The fourth one can be seen by combining 3 cards. Yao, Xianpo, and Lin Imperial Soldier cards. How awesome is this? The 3 of them can be seen mid-fight on the wall, which happens to be another card for this set. Surprisingly, this one was the one that took me the longest to identify it. Finally, the last continuous art for Ursula's Return is between Pain and Panic, Immortal Sidekicks. If you look up close, you can actually spot a little bit of each of them in the edges of the other character's card. When combining both vertically, you will notice that Pain felt on top of Panic's pointy ears. For this card, the art actually didn't perfectly align like the previous ones, especially when you look at Pain's tail and some of the details on the background, but they are still continuous arts one way or another. Going back to Into the Inklands, there is only one continuous art, and this happens in Ruby. If you watch some of our previous videos, you might know which card I am talking about. This happens to Peter Pan Pirate's Bane and Captain Hook Master Swordsman Enchanted cards. If you perfectly place them side by side, you can see that they are both standing on the same ship, next to each other. I personally really love these 2 cards, but every time I see this, it makes me wonder why would Peter Pan be so chill about it and not even be staring at Captain Hook? Who knows? In Rise of the Floodborn, there's also only one continuous art, and this is in Amber. This is likely the most popular continuous art out there, and it has to do with all 7 dwarves. This art is so beautiful and so well thought out. A great artwork from Kendall Hale. When placing all 7 cards side by side, you can see that all of them are in the same area, in front of their house in the woods. I particularly love the details between the Bashful and Sneezy cards, where you can see Bashful's pollen from his flowers making Sneezy sneeze. So far, this is the longest continuous art present in Disney Lorcana. While I still have you here, how about I also include some honorable mentions? These are cards that happen in the same space and are a continuation of the art one way or another, but not necessarily a one-to-one connection. In this category, we have 3 groups of cards. Mickey Mouse Friendly Face from set 2 and Pluto Friendly Pooch from set 3 are one example of this. If you pay close attention, Mickey seems to be on the other side of the door, while Pluto is waiting for him from the other side. These arts doesn't connect to each other, but clearly belong together as part of the same setting and narrative. Between the Peter Pan Pirate's Bane and Captain Hook Master Swordsman regular cards, you can also notice a little bit of each other's arms in the same fighting scene. And finally, the last honorable mention goes to Pain Underworld Imp, Panic Underworld Imp, and Peter Pan Shadow Not So On cards. These do not connect, but all 3 of them takes place on the same setting at different parts of it. And this brings us to the end of this video. Do you have a favorite continuous art? Or perhaps you have noticed one that I haven't included in this video? If so, please let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe for any future videos. And as always, happy questing!